Love slots? The DraftKings Casino app's got you covered. Come to Papa.
New players play $5 and spin for a shot at...
You guys do anything else in the area?
No.
So you guys didn't go into any cars? You know what? It would make me feel a lot better now if it was just the two of you that went into the cars.
Yeah.
You know, because of the other issue in the area. I'm sure.
I didn't even know there was a car issue there. Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah. You guys didn't. Now would be the time to tell, okay? Because we processed the cars, we did fingerprints and DNA. He's been in trouble. I would assume you were with him at Central Intermediate School?
Yes.
So your DNA is on file as well. So that's all going to come up. If it's you guys, for goodness sakes, it's just rummaging through cars and nothing was even taken that they could tell. We've had a lot of goings on in your neighborhood lately. And probably more than the general public is aware. I'm sure.
This was obviously worrying, but Margaret's disappearance would only become more harrowing as the search got underway. When the police were chatting with Gavin in the first of 2 interviews, they attempted to uncover what else he might have gotten up to on recent nights.
I'm guessing this isn't the first time yet.
Well, no, like we've snuck out in the past before, but since I've got in trouble, this most recent one, like without the law, I haven't really snuck out at all.
When was this recent time that he got in trouble?
He has not had any freedom at all. I mean, he literally goes to work and home probably 3 months because he makes bad choices, and we don't want that for our kids. So he literally has no life.
What about school?
At least that's what Chris thought. She clearly had no idea just how busy her son had been. Police had unwittingly started the process of uncovering the truth of Gavin's activities the previous week when talking to Margaret Douglas's nephew, Howard. Desperate to find his aunt and willing to help in any way he could, Howard and his wife Cindy went to the police station to answer questions.
So when was the last time you guys were there?
That was, I'm thinking it was a Tuesday in March 27th, I think it might have been.
Anything that anybody said?
Should set off an alarm? No.
No.
Margaret bothered me. That's what it's so just horrible.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, W Auntie though. That nigga, hey, W Auntie, that nigga probably a psycho. I ain't gonna cut. They always be the auntie. My nephew ain't do nothing. He's a good kid. He don't do nothing wrong. Whole time that nigga a killer.
She would keep him hard, please.
And so this past Sunday,
David called us.
okay.
David, who had grown up next door to Margaret and her late husband, was the couple's friend and caretaker. The police would need to talk to him too, sooner rather than later. During Gavin's first interview, things got progressively more disturbing as well. But police could never have guessed that his tale would eventually become a full-blown horror story.
Bro, you took me on that bull.
Attention super markup shoppers, just a heads up. These loyalty cards with exclusive deals.
I can't just skip this shit. Bro, I can't skip this shit.
It's a sham. At Aldi, you don't need one. You just walk in and save. That's why they're #1 in everyday low prices. It's an Aldi.
Having ads.
Did you rummage through glove boxes or anything? Yeah. And you didn't take not even change or anything?
Maybe like 50 times, but other than that, seriously nothing.
Okay.
What'd you do if someone did that to my car? Like, that's so upsetting and scary.
I understand that, but it's really their own fault for not locking.
Yeah, I don't lock mine all the time.
We lock yours every day.
It's not the point. It's not yours.
Gavin's crimes would only escalate from this point on. The previous week, with no idea that they were working on a connected case, the police met with Margaret's friend David. What he told them would prove to be invaluable, though it was far from reassuring.
And I came up Sunday, and on 3, 4:30, and 5, somewhere around there, and there were
And outrage everyone who cared about her. During the first conversation with Gavin, which took place a week after Margaret's disappearance, it became obvious that he'd been up to far worse things than he initially let on.
We had a carjacking.
Oh my God.
And the suspect is a young white male with a nice complexion and blue eyes. Is that you?
No, it's not me. I wouldn't know the first thing about jacking a car.
The proximity of the crimes was more than slightly suspicious, and the police likely believed Gavin was still holding back. They had unknowingly drawn closer to the heart of Gavin's dark secrets when Margaret's friend David recounted not being able to find her. Little did anyone know that this would be the lead-up to a stomach-churning discovery.
I called Howard, her nephew, to see if they came up, because they come up and take a grocery shopping every 2 weeks. See if they took a grocery shopping. He said, no, they hadn't.
When Howard still couldn't reach Margaret the next morning, he went to the house in person. Meanwhile, David also called some of Margaret's other friends and neighbors, but they hadn't heard from her either.
And this is all on Sunday?
Yeah. And then,
were you making those calls on your cell phone?
No, I made it on her phone there on the basket, so the old style phone.
Oh, the rotary phone?
Yeah, the rotary phone.
Okay.
Yeah, and I called on that.
You didn't want to use that digital phone?
Well, it wasn't in the bracket where she kept it.
The missing phone would also turn out to have shocking implications, along with a few other seemingly innocuous observations made by Howard and his wife.
I know we weren't able to find her wallet and checkbook. Can you describe her wallet to me?
Her wallet is red. It's about, I would say rectangle. I would say maybe 4 inches in width.
Do you remember the location of...
Which is when the case took a turn. During their first conversation with Gavin, the police brought up the terrible results of that search.
There's no reason for me to fluff anything up. Nope. And I'm sure you guys know about the elderly woman that was found.
Oh my God, that was horrifying. That was horrifying. It is horrifying.
Did you know her at all?
No, other than just to see her out, like on a porch. That actually makes me want to cry. Like, how do you get to be 98 years old? Nobody lives to be 98. It's so rare. And someone else thought that that was okay. Like, how does that, I don't know. Like, why does your life end like that?
That's right. Margaret lived just around the corner from Gavin. Tragically, she'd been found deceased. She'd been strangled and her body hidden inside her own home. But the most horrifying facts of what was done to her body after death were not yet known. The answer of who was twisted enough to commit such a crime would hit far closer to home than anyone anticipated.
Google still tracks you in incognito mode. Use DuckDuckGo, a real private.
And then I get all scared. I'm like, oh my God, I have my porch lights on out at night. I have stranger danger issues.
The irony of Chris's stranger danger issues would not be lost for long.
I can't imagine you doing something like that.
No.
I'm just interacting with you this little bit. I can't imagine that's in your wheelhouse.
No.
But there was so much about Gavin that nobody knew, including his capacity for unspeakable cruelty.
I asked, did you get put in a bad situation? Somebody put you in a bad situation?
You got put him in a bad situation. He is the bad situation. What?
Yeah, but this way. Honesty is always what's best.
I'm not holding anything back. Like,
you've already gotten yourself in trouble, so.
I know, and I don't even. I don't know.
Earlier, the police kept trying to determine what could have motivated someone to kill Margaret in such an atrocious manner.
So you guys didn't argue.
No.
She wasn't upset about anything. And you can't think of anybody that would want to hurt her or that would gain anything.
The detective once again pushed harder for answers from Gavin, leading him to make an unexpected request.
Is there something else you need to tell us? What's upsetting you so much?
Nothing.
The detective clearly hit on something.
Honestly, can you two actually leave for a second?
What's that?
Can you two actually leave? So I can talk to her.
Yeah.
Knowing what had happened to Margaret, Gavin's mother was likely terrified of what her son didn't want to say in front of her. As it turns out, she had good reason to be concerned. Gavin was also unable to hide his emotions in the interrogation room, but this didn't stop him from giving the detective at least one of the answers she wanted, finally addressing the previous question about meeting up with someone from Grindr. But this was only one of the many secrets she would convince Gavin to spill.
The car thing,
The police got a hint of the madness to come while searching Margaret's home, though they couldn't have imagined the nightmare they had uncovered.
You know how I know for a fact that football's invented to make you hungry? Here we go. 5 out of 32 teams in the NFL are named after birds. That, my friend, is a scheme to move chicken wings.
Look, no one's naming teams after birds just to sell
wings! Get game day deals all season on Uber Eats.
You didn't hurt that old lady, did you?
no, and that's what I was pissed about earlier.
What were you pissed about?
Because there's actually people that use me dealing with girls, and that's like I just said some dark stuff and everything, and like I don't know, people know. Like I'm a dark person, I guess, but like I'm not gonna go kill somebody. It's not like that. But people are saying, I really feel like you did. I'm like, no, I didn't.
DNA was also on record and would be compared to the crime scene. Howard, Cindy, and David all agreed to provide the police with DNA samples and fingerprints so they could be ruled out as suspects.
I'm sure your mom's getting out there freaking out.
Yeah, she probably thinks I'm confessing the murder. She's been in here so long.
Just 3 days later, this remark would be cast in a chilling new light.
Why would you even hear about him out like that? Why would you even do that?
I don't know. Like I said, Mom, I don't know why I do anything that I do.
That sounds all vigilante crazy to me. That's what that sounds like. So that will get ordered also, and then God only knows what that charge is going to look like.
You see how all these horrible things kind of tie together? And you start to get pretty worried about what's happening, especially with the escalation of...
Yeah.
So, you know, if there's something else or somebody else that you know is out there doing stupid crap,
yeah,
can keep it on the down low. Your name won't cross.
When the detective ushered Gavin into the video-recorded interrogation room, his distress was obvious.
I'll be right back in, okay? You sure I can't get you a drink?
He over here tweaking. Everybody already know you did it, man. The DNA at her crib.
Treat yourself.
yourself to Fazoli's fresh tossed ravioli, filled with creamy ricotta and Italian cheeses and tossed with your choice of marinara, Alfredo, or meat sauce, and topped off with Parmesan spices and parsley. All this deliciousness for just $5.99. Satisfy your stuffed pasta cravings only at Fazoli's.
It's the only thing that makes me feel like I'm even alive.
Like when you met up with the guy with the car, with that adrenaline.
Gavin continued his story, and he revealed that his meeting with the man from Grindr hadn't gone quite like he previously said.
And there was some physical stuff that went on between the two of you in the car, right?
Yeah. First time. Officially, I guess. Yeah. The stuff happened when I was younger. It wasn't voluntary for me.
You just weren't sure. Like when you got there, it's kind of like here's the plan, and things just start happening.
Yeah, no, it's kind of freaked me out a little bit.
What freaked you out? Your reaction?
Gavin showed the police an injury on his hand, where Margaret's nails dug into his arm. He had other scrapes on his hands, but claimed these were unrelated. Margaret never stood a chance in the fight against Gavin, which likely made her final moments even more horrendous.
Google still tracks you in incognito mode. Use DuckDuckGo, a real private browser.
So when she died, was she on the couch or on the floor?
Floor.
Were you on top of her then?
Kind of.
Like straddling her?
Yeah.
And did you use one hand or both?
Oh.
Did you squeeze it or push her against the floor or both?
Oh.
And you said you don't remember if she was bleeding at that point?
The only reason I can think of bleeding is when I put my hand over her mouth.
So when you were holding her hand over her mouth, you might have pushed too hard and maybe made her nose bleed?
Yeah.
The detectives knew Gavin had skipped over several particularly nauseating details, but those would eventually come out too.
So how long do you think you were in the house before you woke her up?
I don't know.
Howard said his wife Cindy also moved the heater twice to look in the closet for Margaret's coat to see if she might have left. However, the coat was found in the closet, though it wasn't on the hanger where it belonged. Howard's second foray into the closet was life-altering.
That's when I noticed the tennis shoe. Mm-hmm. So I tried to pick it up. I couldn't pick it up. I'm thinking, what's holding the shoe? So I said, I grabbed another piece of clothing and threw it back. And I've never seen this before in my life. Okay. White, and I touched it. It was cold. Felt clammy, but felt like styrofoam to me. So I moved it.
You all right?
Give me a minute.
Yep.
So I moved another piece of clothing, and that's when I can't go down like this, and I felt it up part of her leg, and it felt the same way. I'm thinking, why she got styrofoam in here? What is it? And then it hit me.
So it took you a minute to realize that it was her in there?
Yes, it did.
Margaret's other shoe was also found in the closet, carelessly thrown on top of her, along with other items from the closet. It appeared that Gavin had pulled items down at random in an effort to conceal the body, including a sweater and a vacuum cleaner.
That's when basically we left the house. Yeah.
What? Bro just was doing shit, bro.
I've never seen it.
What the hell's going on?
I'm sure you guys do all the time, but I've never.
Yeah, it's not something you get used to, no matter how many times you see it.
And to me, it didn't look like flesh or skin. That's what.
It took you a minute to realize what it was.
Oh, yeah, then I thought, oh, God.
Well, she didn't get in there herself.
I know. She wasn't in the heater by herself or covering herself up. I know that.
When Margaret's body was removed from the closet, police made the skin-crawling discovery that she'd been laying on top of her torn underwear.
How long did you stay there before you put her in the closet?
That was probably like 30 minutes. I just kind of sat there and I didn't know like what was going on. Like I was still in shock. And then I checked my phone and it said it was like 4 something. And I knew my mom had to get up at 5:04.
So then you made the decision then? Did you look around for another place to put her, or was that just the first place you came along?
I guess it was just the first place considering my time with it.
And then you drug her by her feet, you said, to the closet. What part of her body did you put in there first?
I think it was her head that went in first.
The crash was long gone by this point, but that didn't turn out to be an issue. Police once again involved Gavin's parents, who had followed the arrest team to the police station to help them with their investigation.
Okay, honey, listen. This is going to be a weird request. I need you to take your brother and take him out of the house right now. I will explain later. Maybe go to Uncle David's and just hang there, and we'll call you when you can come home. No, everything's not all right, Zach, so don't tell your brothers right now.
Once Gavin's 3 brothers were out of the house, the police carried out a search warrant. Their efforts were not in vain. Tucked away in the back of a dresser drawer with Gavin's jeans, the police located Margaret's missing red wallet. Gavin confessed he'd spent all the cash on cigarettes, but Margaret's cards were all accounted for. However, the wallet wasn't the only item of interest.
The night you were out at Margaret's, had you drank or smoked anything? Done any drugs that night?
No, that I was actually sober that night.
He killed her so.
Which is another reason why I smoked weed.
I feel like it would have helped this case if he would have said he was on drugs. He still was going to jail, no matter what.
I can't, like, comprehend.
It's over.
I don't even know the word to use. My thoughts when I'm sober are dark. When I'm high, they're, like, good thoughts.
Had you ever thought about harming anybody before, or
not like planning it out, but like, oh, I'm so mad I can go kill someone right now. Like that kind of thing.
But you never imagined yourself actually doing it?
No, I could never vision myself.
During their search, police came across a journal in his bedroom that would prove that, once again, Gavin was not sharing the whole truth. The journal began with 2 research projects on the serial killers Donald Henry Gaskins and Ted Bundy. After this, the entries transitioned to ideas for skits and short films. Chillingly, in each one, Gavin played the role of a killer. The victim in almost every story was to be played by Braden. As skin-crawling as this was, the entries containing Gavin's personal thoughts were by far the most disturbing. In one, Gavin wrote, "I want to know what's wrong with me. Sometimes I just want to go off on someone and beat them until they're not breathing anymore. It's not even for attention or anything. I honestly want to take someone's life." In another entry, he wrote, "I don't feel empathy or sympathy for anybody, like, I just don't give it."
You never told your counselor about any of the thoughts that you had?
Why are you on the floor crying, brother?
And she didn't. She started with trying to treat the depression first. But that's something I don't know if this can be fixed. And he goes, it doesn't feel like it's some regular emotion. This feels like it's natural, and I don't want it to be. I don't. Anything can be fixed. Yeah.
Gavin had been in counseling on and off for years and was diagnosed with ADHD and depression. Another entry Gavin made in his journal highlighted his depravity. He wrote, "I think if counseling doesn't help, I'm honestly going to kill someone. I'll probably take a girl out to the woods and kill her. I wouldn't feel bad about it, but I know it's wrong. We might never know exactly how much Gavin told his counselor, but he appears
Wait. He said he knows it's wrong, too. What in the world?
to have been very upfront with his coworker Haley. Haley shared a Snapchat conversation with police in which Gavin told her flat out, quote, "I watched one of those videos on YouTube and I laughed, and I'm pretty sure I could kill someone in cold blood and not feel guilty or sad or anything." Chillingly, when police spoke with Haley, she told them that she had no problem believing the despicable things Gavin had done to Margaret, but police still hadn't uncovered the full story.
So what did you do with your gloves when you left?
I threw them away
Where at?
in the trash can.
At home.
Brother, man.
Because there's a glove there. Could you have dropped one?
You're a monster. You should accept it. You ready for whatever you're about to do to you.
Gavin said the gloves just happened to be with him from when he cleaned the bathroom at home several days earlier. However, it wasn't the presence of the gloves that police were most interested in. There was something far more disturbing that they had discovered.
There was purple stuff on it. What was the purple stuff that was on there?
Purple.
I get it, that there's a whole piece of this that you don't understand why you do. Okay? I understand the whole piece that you don't understand. Did the purple stuff have to do with the whole piece that you don't understand why you do? No.
The purple stuff, what about jelly? I don't even know where that came into play at.
Did you maybe use it like kind of as a lubricant for something?
Bruh, what?
In a part you don't understand, or in a part just embarrassing.
Why do they even want to know just like this man?
And the blackberry jam was found in the living room. Testing on the jar revealed the presence of male DNA, though it could not be matched specifically to Gavin. Similar testing revealed Margaret's DNA on the outside of the gloves and Gavin's on the inside, along with evidence of sperm. Male DNA was also found on her ripped underwear, and still the horror continued.
And is that the same time when you were taking some of those pictures?
Yeah, after I took those pictures, well, like, what?
That's when the shock set in?
Yeah, it's like, what am I doing?
Being an entrepreneur takes a toll on your family because you can't turn off your business brain when it's family.
He recorded this shit. So he been in her crib more than once. This man is wild.
Yet Gavin still continued taking pictures, in addition to taking photographs of Margaret while she slept, unaware of the danger. He also documented the revolting process of violating her dead body.
You know, there's a couple of videos of you kind of peeking over the edge of the couch and videotaping her. When was that all done?
That was on the same night. Why did I lie about anything? That was stupid. Like, I turned the corner and didn't see her.
And you hid?
Yeah, then I hid. I was taking my phone. I was taking pictures to see if she was awake. I got her. And then...
What is he sad for? He's a monster, man. He knew what he was doing. Like, I don't understand.
We stood up and she saw me.
All of the photos and videos of Margaret were discovered in a hidden app on Gavin's phone, labeled Dark. It was password protected with the word murder. As if that wasn't enough, something else police found on Gavin's phone only solidified the case against him. The day Margaret's body was found, Chris Ramsey sent a text to her son alerting him of the police presence in their neighborhood, which said, "They're looking for someone." Gavin's casual reply of, "Well, that's Wadsworth for you," was undercut by the fact that he then immediately looked up Margaret Douglas dead, and Margaret Douglas Wadsworth, Ohio. He deleted the search history, but forensic technicians were able to recover the information. Damningly, at the time of Gavin's search, Margaret's death had not yet been publicized. There was only one horrible way he could have known why the police were there and what had happened.
Did you mean him? To hurt Margaret like that? No. No.
Please note that at this point, the male detective stepped out for a moment, leaving Gavin alone with the female detective.
Yeah, I wouldn't do
Are you sorry this happened?
Yeah, I'm really sorry that I did all of this.
You're sorry for it now.
Were you sorry about all of this before you got caught?
Yeah, like I constantly, like, I think about it a lot, and I feel like bad about what I did. Like
That don't even sound appealing.
I feel bad. I know it's wrong, but I can't express the emotion.
Once again, Gavin's journal suggested a far more wicked truth. He wrote, "I don't care that I feel the way I do, but I need counseling before I completely go off the deep end and do something that literally ruins my life. I wouldn't feel bad if I killed someone, but I don't want to sit in prison."
If she was here alive in front of you, what would you say to her?
I'm sorry, buddy. That's where you're going, buddy. Like, I don't understand. What was you thinking? I mean, I don't think there is a way to understand what you was thinking. Hey, you're going exactly where you don't want to go.
That was never meant to happen. If I could take it back, I would.
There's a subtle upward inflection when Gavin says, "I'm sorry." His monotonous and emotionless tone is a stark contrast from earlier. It appears he can cry for himself, but not others. Still, Gavin seemed to find something else far more troubling than the life he took.
I think if my dad sees me, he's gonna go to freaking jail. Because...
Does Gavin understand he's going to prison? Probably for the rest of his life.
Incidentally, Gavin was wondering the same thing.
What do you think's even gonna happen with me?
I think you're going to go to juvenile detention. And you're going to do some time in jail.
How long do you think?
I don't know.
The rest of your life, sir?
I just don't know, Gavin.
They might kill you.
I'll be honest. This Saturday, like, just 5 days from now, I was gone. I was leaving.
You're going to run?
Because the only reason I didn't yesterday, because I knew my mom just took out my money for my insurance. And I knew my insurance doubled, so I had like no money.
Well, Gavin, I'm glad it's going to stop here. I'm glad this didn't go any further. Because I don't know that you would have been able to change on your own.
Poppin', Ethan.
Welcome to Liberty Falls. Population? Well, less than yesterday. Never been so glad to see backup arrive. Hell, lucky I'm still in one piece. I need you to look for survivors, subdue any threats. Help me save this town. Copy? Be advised, we lost contact with 3 of our scientists in town trying to stop the outbreak. Find them, bring them home. We need brain power as much as firepower.
Damn. Who am I spectating? Oh shit.
I got a feeling things will get tougher from here on out.
I will now test your ability to follow simple instructions. What are you waiting for?
Bitch. Oh, mama. Oh.
Any special maintenance instructions? Thought not.
Oh, what the fuck? What is that? What the fuck is that? What was that? Oh. Yo. Like, what in the hell was that thing? Like, what? These zombies starting to get out of control. Where's Juggernaut at, man? Don't go in that door. Juggernaut still get hit, my guys.
The best if I delete all record of this. Mark it under enemy.
Oh, the trial field. He must be doing like an Easter egg or something. Oh yeah. Bring that ass in. What gun was that? What's that big ass gun?
Hey, what's the opposite of FUBAR? Fund up beyond all recognition? Hey.
It's round 16 and I don't even got no motherfucking Juggernaut. Stamina up, we're gonna have to do for right now.
Seriously, folks, I ain't fucking around. These butt-ugly bastards ain't fucking around. Well, neither am I. Where wasn't this advanced? It fucking sucks.
Oh my fucking gosh. Bro, I need, like 1,000 of them. And one hit is damn, I didn't expect the fucking round to end that fast. Shit. Like, gotta be in